Okay, so we are diving in for our 12:45 call, which is, I called it modern day business. And the idea for this call came from yesterday. Allison Fuller and I were chatting about kind of really what the modern day customer looks for and what they look like. And while obviously our biggest bang for our buck are always going to be doing trunk shows, both in person and online, there is such a huge opportunity for daily orders from people who, that's really the way they shop today. And that is one thing I have never, because it's kind of a newer thing that I've never really done that well. And so, Allison and I were talking about the modern day customer is shopping on the go. When I had 15 minutes where I just wanted to, I worked all morning and then I took a 15-minute break just to kind of get myself in the zone for my calls today. And in that 15 minutes to kind of chill out, I sat there and went through Pinterest. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. Women are shopping like that all the time now. They're looking through, they're scrolling, they see a cute picture and they're like, oh my gosh, that looks so fun. They see something someone else is wearing. So I think that there really is such a huge opportunity for us to make it a regular part of our practice. While booking is always going to be the easiest and fastest way to get a lot of orders, we are missing, I think, a huge opportunity for kind of daily reach outs, and not just doing it when we're going for a goal or at the end of the month where it feels like panicked or frazzled or, I need to get to my 2,000 or I need to get to my 5,000. And so I need to call 80 people, but making it more of a daily regular thing. So I wanted to hear what you all thought about the idea of, what do you think is an appropriate number of bags to share a day? So let's talk actually first about all of the different ways that we can kind of make this more of a e-commerce friendly, really coming from that, like Charlotte had talked about earlier, that personal styling kind of perspective. So obviously sharing a bag is one. And I was thinking sharing 5 bags a day seems super manageable. Does that seem manageable to you too? Okay, so sharing 5.
Sorry, am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're unmuted now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I honestly love that idea, Kelly, and I've been trying to figure out a way to implement that after that Zoom call that we did with Charlotte, because you're right. People are constantly worrying about online shopping, and they might love the idea of a truck show, but it's just not able to be worked into their schedule. I think 5 cards is extremely manageable. I know that's what Pam does. Pam Anderson, she tries to send at least 5 cards a day, 5 to 10. So my question is, and I can answer your question with another question: how much time and effort are we putting into each card? Because I think that can seriously change the amount of reach outs you could do. Because you could do one outfit, you're like, okay, this is the perfect spring break getaway outfit, and then share it with 20 people really quickly, right? Or if you're curating a look based on what they've shopped before, that might take a little bit more time. So obviously each one has a positive to it, right, versus a negative. So that's my kind of thought, maybe taking each day and tailoring it to one thing.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about it that day, and I was kind of thinking the same thing. I feel obviously you could do it a couple of ways. If you wanted to work this into a regular system and you were doing 5 a day, is it better to kind of stick with the theme? So for example, Charlotte, so we're talking about kind of modern day. Allison Fuller and I were yesterday, we were chatting, and so Charlotte just joined us, Liz.
I think
we were talking about how much missed opportunity we have, and we were really talking about your idea back in the day about the kind of not Pinterest, what's it called?
Stitch Fix.
What's it called? Stitch Fix. Your Stitch Fix idea, and really coming from that curated customer service kind of a thing. And we were saying, if we made it a more regular thing, sharing a bag 5 times a day, what would be the best way to go about that? Would it be good to just automatically follow up with people who maybe shopped with us the month before and pick the people that way? Would it be better to go based on what they had ordered before? Would it be better to target 5 spring break families and be how cute would this bag and this getaway be for spring break? I think the key is doing it in bulk, but I think you can decide what that bulk is every single day. You can decide. So for example, maybe at the beginning of the week, you sit down and you say, okay, Monday is going to be spring break. Tuesday is going to be moms with sports. Wednesday is going to be working professionals. Thursday. So you could kind of decide at the beginning of the week what your 5 pockets were going to be, and then you can go through and pull 5 customers based on that. Or you could do, like, one day could be, 1 or 2 of the days could be customers who shopped last month. You know, that sort of thing. Like, I think the key is the 5 you do that day is more of a group thing, so you can get it out like in, you know, 10, 15 minutes and the whole thing is done then. But maybe at the beginning of the week, you sit down for 20 minutes or so and kind of come up with who your reach outs are going to be. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like the idea of the order follow-up too, like following up with them after you make sure that they've gotten their goodies and everything. But but if the trunk show offering doesn't go just like way it's planned, the next, you know, I want to put this look together for you to go with the bracelet you got. Like, I think this would be a great way to finish the look, like almost using that as your customer follow-up, you know, like maybe like on Monday, like you said, like one day could be a longer, more curated time frame that you have to sit down and actually put looks together. And then the rest of the week you can set up, you could even like prep your looks and your words to say ahead of time on Monday and then just blast them out Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, you know? I think the same thing with booking, like just the less thinking, more doing kind of thing.
Yes, totally. It doesn't really matter who's on the list, just start doing the list. Yeah. So, and the idea, Charlotte, we had talked about at the beginning of the call was just how much kind of missed opportunity. And if you look at the girls that are selling like $20,000 a month, which kind of blows my mind, that's probably what I'm missing, because I'm selling the 5,000 for the most part, doing my 4 or 5 shows a month and, you know, a handful of outside orders. But I am not selling the other parts of the month. And I don't want this to feel like at end of the month, like I need to get to this number, so I'm massively but just making this a regular part of our like daily schedule and how we can take advantage of that. So what's another thing that you guys can think of that the modern customer wants? So the modern customer is shopping on the go. She's up at night having a glass of wine, browsing through pictures. What other kind of creative ways can we be of service to really, you know, serving the modern day customer?
Kelly.
Yeah.
What about sending like the Mimi videos, like talking about the little tops? And because it's true, I mean, I was online shopping yesterday, you know, a sale was on and it just came up so I'm going to ask you this too, because I don't know. So all my new customers that I had from that, say last month from that show, aren't they all getting from the company? They're also getting emails to them sent to them for what's going on for the month of March. Is that correct?
Yes, but pretty much every time I reach out to like say a Style Club customer who I literally have gotten the email saying, oh, you have rewards expiring. And then I take a screenshot of it and I text it to the person and I say, hey, oh my gosh, I wanted to make sure you got this. They always say, oh my gosh, I had no idea. So people, I think, assume that people's email boxes are overflowing with information and they are not seeing it.
Anyway, I was thinking about sending out the Mimi videos because I think they're really cute and it's fashionable and like showing how to wear the Remy top. Is that was you know, like the little tops or things like that. And definitely when sales are going on, like if there's a sale happening. But I think those are really cute and they're informative and they're fun, fashionable.
Yeah, that's actually super smart, Rhonda. And I was thinking about the same thing yesterday when I can't remember if it was on a leader call I don't remember where it was, but somebody was talking about recently on a leader call, the idea of using Mimi for a lot of your training. Like, you know, so much of our stylist training now is on Mimi. So that's the first thing we should do when we sign up a new stylist is show her how to do Mimi and be like, here's a huge resource of information. So every day go through and watch a couple of videos a day. The training is amazing on here. And I forget about it too. That is probably the most valuable modern day resource that we have. So I love, love, love that you brought up Mimi. So let's talk about all the different ways we can use Mimi to make our business more profitable. So one is obviously you said for sales. So cute product video. That layered in with the sharing of a bag I think would be really fun. So maybe add the bag to the cart and then have a video to go along with it. That's a great idea. And then what else could we do for sales part? We'll talk training in a second. Like Charlotte, with your Maven girls, what did you see a lot of the power sellers doing regularly? That obviously posting, they talk about, Julie Krause talks a lot about creating kind of an image and I forget what the word is, but presence, like a social media presence along with the brand and how it blends into your daily life. And that's for both sponsoring and selling and shopping and all of that. Obviously, we see a lot of these people who are shopping on Instagram. I mean, they're posting looks every single day. They're posting what they're wearing every single day. So how could we use Mimi along with social media like Facebook and Instagram? How could we kind of make that a regular thing? Oh, you're muted, Charlotte.
I think that it helps to make it personal and like show yourself in whatever you're sharing. Like obviously, you know, everyone isn't like photo ready all the time. And it's not that you have to be perfect, but like my point in that is that like, yes, sometimes it makes sense to use a stock image or to use a video, but like one great example. So yesterday, Lauren Sigler made like a really cute video, 30 seconds max. You know, she's like holding her phone in front of the mirror, showing the Carly poncho. And she texted that to everyone who's ever bought the Addy before. And it was just a really cute, like simple video that was like, hey girl, had to show you our new poncho. Like, I know you love your Addy. I'm sure you get so many compliments. This is like the spring update. It's longer in the back, blah, blah, blah. Here's the fabric. You can still like wear it as a cardigan. You know, let me know if you want me to hook you up with one, or we should totally get it for you for free and do a trunk show this season.
Oh my God, that's so smart. That is
for like so personal. And so she just texted that directly to like, you know, however many people have bought the Addy.
Oh my gosh, that is on my to-do list now. That is amazing. I love that.
And I definitely am finding myself, I have done more and more of that, like especially since I moved. Because I mean, I didn't have nearly the trunk show calendar over the holiday season that I would normally have, but I was still selling like $5,000 a month, really just from like one-to-one outreach like that to customers.
I love it. That is really smart. Okay, so we've got now Mimi for product videos, Mimi through Facebook and Instagram, make it super personal, show your real self, but also, you know, as much as the product videos are great, also using yourself, kind of doing a spin off of that and sending that to your customer. And just kind of reenacting what the product video is and, you know, showing yourself doing it with targeted reach outs based on previous purchases. Okay, how else can we use Mimi to kind of modernize our business? The follow-ups are obviously super easy to do after a customer, now that we have all those orders listed there. Birthday texts are easy to do through Mimi now. Style Club, reminders.
Kelly, could we use it almost as a sponsoring tool too? Because we could, I don't know how, but say, you know, this is my digital assistant. This is what I use every day to do my job, and it makes life so easy. And here's why, kind of a thing. Like if you're reaching out about the opportunity.
Oh, I love.
Actually, Liz, there's actually a video that I think it's kind of new. I just saw it for the first time yesterday. There's a video under sponsoring that's about Mimi.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Like Mira talking about it, and like, you know, we're leading the way for digital tools for the industry, blah, 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 blah. I'm like super excited about that. I think it's definitely a great thing to send to, I mean, obviously you wouldn't send that really as like the first touch of someone that you're reaching out to about the opportunity, but like if you have somebody that's been on your list for a while, I feel like that's a really good thing to send, like, oh my gosh, we finally have a video that highlights how amazing our tech tools are. Are you sure you don't want to do this? Like, you'd be great.
Oh, I love that.
Sending you this Mimi now. Like something just really
leading the tech revolution, is that it?
Yeah, it's a really good video.
I really want to put it like on Facebook too. Like I think it's great for a targeted reach out, but One thing I noticed, my friend Jill Getzey is like, does the whole toothpaste thing. Everything is on Facebook. Like everything is digital. So she is constantly talking about working from her phone, working from her couch, working from Facebook. And I feel like a lot of people are like, so I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything, like I think really kind of emphasizing the fact that this is a modern day business with amazing technology that makes everything, that you can do away from your phone. So
yeah, it's actually in my VIP group yesterday, but I think it would definitely be something we should just keep like far and wide.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact, I feel like we so underplay how huge of a deal it is that we've developed our own app.
Because I think we're not from that world, so we don't get so many of the things we take for granted. I remember back in the day when we got our website for whatever, $11 a month, and she was that famous jewelry designer that was collaborating at the beginning. Anyway, she was a big-time jewelry designer to the stars in LA, and she had designed 3 or 4 of our pieces. And she goes, "Do you understand that it cost me over $1 million to develop my website?" She's like, $1 million I had to sink in to make a website. And she goes, "And it looks like a child made it compared to Celandot's website." She's like, so the fact that you all get that website, people. And I think sharing that stuff with our team too, like, look at this amazing digital assistant. Like, this costs like $6 million to create, and we have it all for free as a part of our business.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I don't know. Like, for some reason, after Alice and Rose talk yesterday, my idea has been spinning around this whole idea of this modern day business. Because I think
we still. Sorry, Kelly. I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
Go.
I think also continuing to make sure, I think you had a good point about like training our teams on it when they first get started. I think we're having a hard time training on it because we're still like learning it ourselves, but making sure that we're really highlighting it and really highlighting the fact that we can like tag our own images and create a bag. That's a like amazing technology. So again, like whether, the idea, of course, before was making a video, but being able to like take a selfie or have someone, take a picture of your outfit and that we can put those items in a bag and send that is insane.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I am sitting here thinking like, so when we get back and share this with the group, let's come up with some goals that we're going to try to do as a group, and hopefully we can inspire them to do the same. So we talked about at the beginning of the call, sharing 5 bags a day a regular part of our practice. Wherever we get those people from, like that would be kind of step 1. What could we do with Mimi on a daily basis and make that a regular practice? Like 5 videos a day, 5 videos a week. Like what can we do? Because obviously the more we use something, the more familiar we're going to get with it. If we have to get on every single day, we're going to see what's new on there. Like what's reasonable as a regular, consistent, not just a hardcore do it one time and then never do it again. Like what's a regular, consistent practice we can do with Mimi?
What about like 5 shares? So not necessarily bags, but maybe that's 1 day or 2 days. But then another 2 days you could do like opportunity videos, or you could do the videos of yourself with the outfit and send that out. But like 5 new Mimi connections a day.
And you think that's instead of doing 5 bags a day for just general shopping?
I don't know, because I don't know. I haven't done it yet, so I would have to kind of maybe work the kinks out or see. Maybe sharing 5 carts takes 2 minutes, and then you're like, oh, I can do more of this, So you're saying 5 bags a day, and then
a Mimi.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So I was agreeing with you. So I could hear your train of thought going with like 5 bags a day plus a Mimi every day, maybe. And that
yeah, right. So like
5 bags and a Mimi. We could come up with a cute little saying for it, like.
Which I don't understand what you mean by 5 bags and a Mimi.
So 5. So we were talking about how many sales we miss by not. So many of us, like I was like in the 5 minutes between stopping my reach outs to my personal Jen and before I started my Zoom calls, I was like, okay, I need 5 minutes to chill. So I sat there with a cup of coffee and I was playing on Pinterest. And I'm like, women do that all day long. They are sitting there constantly looking for shopping ideas all day long. So if we could get in the habit of sharing 5 carts a day, we're missing out on sales basically all week long. We're not doing that. And so if that became like a regular thing, sharing 5 carts a day, and then also added on top of that 1 Mimi reach out a day. So whether it's an opportunity video, whether it's a sponsoring conversation, whether it's a product video, like just to get in the habit and the practice of using Mimi. I don't know. What breakdown of numbers do y'all think makes sense? Because they're kind of like, we obviously want to use Mimi in our regular practice, but I also don't want to take away the idea of regularly selling throughout the week. I feel like that's almost like a separate thing.
Is this like what we want to kind of decide for ourselves, like for leaders, or is this something that we want to be like building into the like average stylist or like routine? So it's like, oh, you do 10 reach outs a week, like then is it like plus? Because I definitely would do at least 20 reach outs to customers for shopping a week, but thinking about it as if it's 5 a day during the week, I don't know that my like hobbyist stylists are necessarily going to do 25 a week. So is that
100%. Yeah, I think it's kind of like when we do 5 trunk shows in a month, your hobbyist might do 1 trunk show in a month, so they scale their effort based on what they want. So you might say to them, you know, here's what I do to regularly sell throughout the week. I typically do 5 a day, and you can scale that to however many orders you want. So if you know, it will let you back into the actions based on what end result you want.
I mean, I think that would make sense, because if you're consistently doing that every week, you would be reaching out to 100 people a month just to engage them on for shopping.
Yeah, totally. And I think you just come from that place of service. Like, saw this, that totally made me think of you. I know you love the Addie. I thought you would love the Carly too. I know you love it. You know what I mean? I think it's just that coming from that place of service, why you thought of them and why you thought that they would love it. But you're right. It's just about consistently doing it. It's just, I've been doing.
And then leading with the style will open up those conversations too. Like, you might have someone new on your sponsoring list that you might have not had earlier because she all of a sudden buys 4 Carlys, and she may have not even seen that we had that new product,
Yeah, totally.
I think one place like on this, because I'm imagining, because like one group of people that I want to reach out to now that we have the necklace promo is my Style Club people, which I haven't reached out to yet this month. And obviously I'm reaching out to people whenever their credits are coming up for expiration. And I definitely do not think that I'm maximizing Style Club at all. I don't think that I use it the most effectively. But what was I going to say? Oh, I have like so many Style Club members from when it first launched. Not so many, a handful of Style Club members from when it first launched that like never redeemed their credits. They've never responded to me. And so I'm sort of like, okay, do I keep reaching out to them, or are they just kind of like dead? But like technically they're still in Style Club, so I feel like they're still sort of on that VIP list.
Yeah, my major reach outs are when someone has coupons about to expire. That's typically how I'm using Style Club, and I usually do get some outside orders like that. Not everybody uses it, but I do think. But typically, if there's a Style Club special, that's when I reach back out to you. So like right now, the layering necklace special, I will probably work in tomorrow, I'd say, to reaching out to Style Club members with the personal text with the necklace promo. But I'm not really reaching out to them outside of those 2 things.
I think maybe what might work, I think I shared this last week, I've kind of switched up how I've been doing the birthday reach outs, because I've definitely had the same thing with my birthday people too, where I've been a stylist for over 5 years now, so like I have customers who comes up their birthday, and like the last time they shopped with me was one time at some random trunk show in 2015, and I like don't even know who they are. So I used to spend all this time like texting every single person, and I just wasn't really seeing that much of a return on that, because like I maybe would get one person redeem their birthday reward. So what I tried last month, which I feel like worked a lot better, was I just sent like a mass email, and then I only personally texted like the people who've shopped with me within the past like year or 2. It literally took me like 15 minutes to do a quicker follow-up of like a second touch, like wanted to make sure you don't miss out on your birthday reward. And then you could even do, I did it like kind of late in the month. So like you could even do like one more email to everybody before the month ends. So maybe you could even be doing something like that with Style Club, sending like a special Style Club email with like, here's a special offer. You know, you have access to the Trunk Show exclusives, blah, blah, blah. And then personally texting like the people who've actually become repeat shoppers.
Yeah.
Rather than kind of like.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Charlotte. I love that.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It's like all these people who were at one trunk show and you're like, I don't even know who you are. I don't remember you at all. I started doing that with the mass emails. Like Sarah Field had that template that she posted in Southern Charms. And I sent those in February and then in March. And then I ended up, if they were in my VIP group, I also tagged them in like the image, like, don't miss out on your birthday. And then I tagged all the girls who were in my VIP group and they were like, what necklace? I was like, oh, it's in your email, but I'll send it to you in a text also. So it's just like another, it's kind of like with invitations. We just want to get as many ways for them to see that as possible, which is true about Style Club too. Like if they're seeing a couple emails and then they're like, wait a second, what is the Style Club thing? I want to get a necklace and maybe I can have some perks along with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I totally agree. I in the beginning with the birthday for like 2 months, I sent a cart to every single person with a bestseller and then the birthday gift. And it, like you said, that did not get a huge return. That's why I feel like 5 carts a day is kind of plenty, because I remember trying to sit down one time and doing like whatever 30 carts for birthdays, and I think I got like 1 order. So I like that idea. First touch and then second touch to kind of like the real people. And as you talked about that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot even remember getting birthdays for my last several shows for people. And I'm like, does it come up with Naughty anymore?
It does, but I've actually started this was totally Sam's idea. I started purposefully not asking for their birthdays so that it gives me another excuse to follow up with them like shortly after the show.
Okay, that's good, because I haven't done it for any of my shows in 2019.
It's a nice way to like reach out to somebody without, you're not asking them to like buy anything, you're not asking them to host, but just like as them being a brand new customer, like building that relationship, like, oh my gosh, what's your birthday? I want to put it in my system so you get a, gift.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good idea. Okay, guys, it's 1:10. Why don't we take a 5-minute break? The 1:15 call is on sponsoring strong this month. We obviously have about 3 weeks left to take advantage of this awesome special. So how we can dramatically up our own sponsoring and that for our team this month. Well, maybe we can come up with strategize some ways to really get our team sponsoring and almost feeling like it's January for the next 3 weeks. And then also the new people that we have, how can we go about, like Virginia is a great example, and Virginia's on here right now. Like that's a huge diamond in the rough sitting right there on her team with 9 shows. Like that is someone you want to go hardcore for Star with this month and get her excited about it. So what could you do with that particular group, especially to help them sponsor strong, taking what basically promotions are hidden there in our teams that we can highlight and get those roles kind of going for over the next couple of weeks, because this is actually one of the easier months to promote in. If we can kind of, what's great about it being a 5-week-long month, people could book shows right now easily for the next couple of weeks. And still be within March. So how we can kind of be strategic about that. So we'll take a quick break and come back at 1:15, and we will talk sponsoring and building leaders. All right, bye guys. Thanks for the great ideas. I've got a handful of great notes for how we can start really kind of projecting this as a modern day business. Okay, bye guys.
Thanks, Kelly.